Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 2nd Canto, 5th chapter, titled The Cause of All Causes, text number 36. Yasyeha vayavairlokan kalpayanti manishinaha katyadiviradha sapta saptordhvam jaganadivihi. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. Great philosophers imagine that the complete planetary systems in the universe are displays of the different upper and lower limbs of the universal body of the Lord. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The word kalpayanti or imagine is significant. The Virat universal form of the Absolute is an imagination of the speculative philosophers who are unable to adjust to the eternal two-handed form of Lord Sri Krishna. Although the universal form, as imagined by the great philosophers, is one of the features of the Lord, it is more or less imaginary. It is said that the 7 upper planetary systems are situated above the waist of the universal form, whereas the lower planetary systems are situated below his waist. The idea impressed herein is that the Supreme Lord is conscious of every part of his body, and nowhere in the creation is there anything beyond his control. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport.
This is a verse from the 5th chapter of the 2nd canto, titled Cause of All Causes. These are words spoken by Lord Brahma in relation with Purusha, the personality of Godhead, referring to Garbhodakshai Vishnu. Purushasya mukham brahma. That Purushasya mukham. Mukham can mean face, it can also mean mouth. In Sanskrit, both these meanings are possible. That and Purushasya mukham Brahma, the Lord's face or the mouth represents Lord Brahma. Kshatram etasya bahavaha. And the arms of the Lord or the shoulders of the Lord are represented by the Kshatriyas. Urvor Vaishyo Bhagavataha. And Urvaha, thighs, waist, belly, all of these are represented by Vaishyas. Padbhyam Shudro Vyajayata. And the feet or the legs are represented by the Shudras. The Brahmanas represent his mouth, the Kshatriyas his arms, the Vaishyas his thighs, and the Shudras are born of his legs. This is also similar to the Purusha Sukta, which Prabhupada quotes as part of the Vedas. Brahmano asya mukham asit, bahu rajanyakrataha, and so on. And Prabhupada has explained in the purport some very interesting points. In the early part of the purport, Prabhupada has explained that the Brahmanas are the intelligent class of men, the Kshatriyas are the administrative class, the Vaishyas are the mercantile, and the Shudras are the laborer class, are all in different parts of the body of the Lord. So the system of Varna and Ashrama which Bhagavatam talks about, which the Bhagavad Gita talks about, and the Vedas talk about. It is a very important aspect of human organization, human society level organization. It's in a very scientific way it is done. There are always people in the human society who are philosophical, who are thoughtful, who are sober, who are more controlled, self-controlled, and are interested to know what is the final and the absolute truth. They constitute the Brahmanas. And the Brahmana's duty is Shatkarma Nipuno Vipro Mantra Tantra Visharadha. There are 6 duties of a Brahmana. He has to be learning and he has to be teaching. Patana and Patana. So he has to be constantly learning from the Shastra and he has to be teaching. Yajna and Yajana. He should be performing sacrifices and he should be engaging others in sacrifices. We'll see how Prabhupada explains all this in an interesting way in the purport. And Dana and Pratigraha. A Brahmana should receive charity and should also give away everything that is in excess that he receives back in charity. So that the Brahmana maintains an austere standard of life. And the Kshatriyas are representing the arms, are meant to protect the entire society. The Vaishyas are the productive class, and they represent the belly, the stomach, the waist, the thighs, and so on, because that's where the food that we eat is digested and it energizes the whole body. So they provide food and energize the whole by their production of food grains, cow protection, and so on, and distribution of the same all over the society, human society. And those who don't have any of these 3 qualities become paricharyakam, means who render service, physical service to all other classes of people, the Shudras. But all of them constitute the body of the Lord. Not that, suppose there is an injury in your leg. It's a leg injury, forget it, it's all right. No, you will address that because it bothers us. It'll be painful. No, only head injury we take care. No, we take care of all parts of the body. Any part of the body becomes injured and dysfunctional, it will affect. So, this is not meant to make some kind of a derogatory or some kind of a hierarchy created to convey something lower. It is just that these are 4 features of the human body. And similarly, the society should have these 4 features. Human society must be divided according to these. And these things are what is natural for a person. Some people are naturally inclined to a certain kind. We have always come across devotees too. Some devotees are very interested in Shastra, philosophical, eager to discuss. Some devotees are very administrative kind, management that inspires them. Lord over other people, team leads, that kind of people. And there are other people who are very, very businesslike, constantly, look how we can make some money for the temple. And there are others who are simple and who just don't have any of these three specific attributes, but they have an attitude of service and they're happy doing different services. You cannot avoid these four kinds of natures. That is why it is called Varna. Varna and Ashrama. And all of these are parts of the whole body, and the Lord is the whole. In the second half of the purport, Prabhupada brings out something very, very interesting. Now you see, all the parts of the body are meant to serve the whole body. The legs carry the weight of the whole body. Arms work and produce and protect the body. The belly energizes the body. And the head thinks and directs the body. Here, Purushasya Mukham Brahma, Prabhupada has nicely explained. It means the mouth. If you say Mukha, can mean head or the face. It can also mean the mouth. Brahmanas are expected to speak about the Lord because the mouth has two functions: to speak and to eat. And so Brahmanas are supposed to speak about the Lord, and they are also supposed to accept sacrifices and engage others in the sacrifice. But all of the parts of the body are serving the whole body. All the parts of the body have a relation with the whole body. No part of the body can be said has no relation with the body. In the same way, all the parts of all the different varnas and ashramas have a relation with the Lord. Or all the living entities have a relation with the Lord. This is what Prabhupada is coming to. So the Brahmanas who are supposed to teach, they must know about the position of the individual parts and the position of the whole. And they are supposed to teach this to the human society and engage everyone in that activity of serving the Lord. The Kshatriyas are meant to serve. The Brahmanas serve the Lord by teaching about the Lord, by giving information about the Lord, and that how everyone should serve and perform sacrifices for the pleasure of the Lord. This is what the Brahmanas are supposed to teach and inspire and engage the whole society. The Kshatriyas protect the world, protect the society, so that everyone can be engaged in acting in that relationship with the Lord. And the Vaishyas, they do their part so that the whole society is maintained and energized, so that they can perform their duty in their human form of life, which is to understand their relationship with God. And the Shudras also support and provide services to the whole society so that everyone can understand their relationship with the God, with the whole. This is actually the central part of Vedic knowledge, which is that all of us have a relation with the Lord. Just like all the parts of the body have a relation with the whole body, and they are working for the well-being of the whole body. In the same way, we all have a relation with the Lord. So, here Prabhupada has mentioned something important. I'll read this part. The parts of the body are related to the body. Similarly, the living being must know his relationship with the Lord. The human life is especially meant for this purpose, namely to know the factual relationship of every living being with the Supreme Lord. Without knowing this relationship, the human life is spoiled. To speak for the Supreme Lord means to glorify the Lord by means of propagating the knowledge of the Lord as it is, broadcasting the factual nature of the Lord and the factual position of all other parts of the whole body. So in other words, we must know who we are, we must know what the Lord is, and what is His position, and what is our relationship with the Lord, and understanding all of this, and not just understanding theoretically, being situated in that and acting in that relationship. That is why we say the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita changes the way we look at the world. Actually, it is meant to change. In fact, the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita not only changes the way we look at the world, it is meant to change how we engage with the world, how we act, how we perform our different duties, how we look at the world, how we act in this world. All of this is meant to change. Because we see now everything in relation with the Lord. Now, our relation with the Lord is usually understated in our lives, in human society. We don't take it so seriously. Like you see the governments, newspapers, they're all talking about this happened, that happened. How much are they connecting it to God? They don't think it. In fact, we are a secular society. We don't want to talk about any of that. We say like that. So our relation with the Lord, somehow it is not stated appropriately. But actually, it is the Lord who is maintaining us, Lord who is providing us. Just like I've given this example in the past, I think I've, probably in the Bhagavatam class also. If you have an employee in a company, the employee is being paid by the employer. The employee is provided an office space, an air-conditioned space, and computer, Wi-Fi, telephone, so many things. Food during lunch break, all employer is providing. Now, can the employee who is receiving all these benefits say, I'll do my own thing in the office? I'm very secular. I don't want to talk about my boss. I want to be independent. The employer will not allow us, isn't it? I'm giving you salary, I'm giving you all these things, you're supposed to work for me, he will say. And we say it is a legitimate claim. The employer is providing all this, the company is providing, you must work for the company. The same logic somehow doesn't apply, doesn't strike people in the human society. God is providing everything to us. So we should work for God, no? How can we say, no, I'm independent of God, I won't bring God into the picture? You can't say, in my 9-to-5 job, I will not bring my company, I will not bring my boss into picture, I'll be doing my own thing. You can't. No company will accept, no employer will accept, no boss will accept. 9 to 5, I'm giving you salary, I'm providing you all this, you should think of me, you should think of my organization, you should think of the goals of the organization, and you have a responsibility to play that role. And it's not unfair, employer asks this much. In the same way, the Lord, He is providing us, He has provided the earth, He has provided the air, He has provided the water, He has provided sunshine. Without any of these, we cannot exist. We cannot live. Without air, without water, without earth, without food. We all know when we do fasting, we'll be waiting when the fasting break time comes. We all need food every few hours. And all that food is provided by God. That is why this is a very nice, this part we should see. In the Bhagavad Gita, when Krishna shows the Virat Rupa of the Lord, his Virat Rupa to Arjuna, Arjuna is awestruck. Virat Rupa creates fear and astonishment and wonder in Arjuna. And one of the questions he asks, one of the questions Arjuna asks, O Hrishikesha, the world becomes joyful upon hearing your name, and thus everyone becomes attached to you. Although the perfected beings offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid and they flee here and there. All this is rightly done. O Great One, who stands above even Brahma, You're the original master. Why should they not offer their homage up to you? O limitless one, O refuge of the universe, you're the invincible source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to this material manifestation. You're the original personality, the Godhead. You're the only sanctuary for this manifested cosmic world. You know everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. You are the air, fire, water, and you are the moon. You are the supreme controller and the grandfather. Thus I offer my respectful obeisances unto you 1,000 times and again and yet again. Obeisances from the front, from behind, from all sides. O unbounded power, you are the master of the limitless might. You are all-pervading, and thus you are everything. I have in the past addressed you as, O Krishna, O Yadava, O my friend, without knowing your glories. Arjuna is feeling that, oh Krishna, I used to call you Krishna. I used to think you are my cousin. I used to think you are my charioteer. I used to order you. I used to have friendly talks with you. But now I understand, you are that limitless Lord. You pervade the universe. I thought you are just another cousin of mine. But now I understand who you are. Please forgive me whatever I have done in madness or in love. I have dishonored you many times while relaxing or while lying on the same bed or eating together, sometimes alone and sometimes in front of many friends. Please excuse me for all my offenses. You see, Arjuna, who is related to Krishna in Sakhya Rasa, is now shocked out of that Sakhya Rasa relation after seeing the Lord's glories. You are the father of this complete cosmic manifestation, the worshipable chief, the spiritual master. No one is equal to you, nor can anyone be one with you. Within the three worlds, you are immeasurable. You are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I fall down to offer you my respects and ask your mercy. Please tolerate the wrongs that I may have done to you and bear with me as a father with his son, or a friend with his friend, or a lover with his beloved. After seeing this universal form, which I have never seen before, I am gladdened, but at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. See, the universal form created fear in Arjuna. But at the same time, my mind is disturbed with fear. Therefore, please bestow your grace upon me and reveal again your form as the personality of Godhead, O Lord of Lords, or Lord of the abode of the universe. O universal Lord, I wish to see you in your four-armed form with helmeted head and with club, wheel, conch and lotus flower in your hands. I long to see you in that form. Kiritinam, gadinam, chakrahastam, ichchamitvam drishtumaham tataiva. So he's asking, I want to see your four-armed form, chakrahastam. And so Krishna showed his four-armed form. And before that, the Lord said, my dear Arjuna, happily do I show you this universal form within the material world by my internal potency. No one before you has ever seen this unlimited and glaring effulgent form. There was one more thing I wanted to read. I missed that. This one. Because they were in the battlefield. And so he saw O Lord of the Lords, O refuge of the worlds, please be gracious to me. I cannot keep my balance. Seeing thus your blazing death-like faces and awful teeth, in all directions I am bewildered. All the sons of Dhritarashtra, along with their allied kings, and Bhishma, Drona, and Karna, and all our soldiers are rushing into your mouths, their heads smashed by your fearful teeth. I see that some are being crushed between your teeth as well. You see, Arjuna wanted that to happen, and he's seeing that happening. As the rivers flow into the sea, so all these great warriors enter your blazing mouths and perish. I see all people rushing with full speed into your mouth as moths dash into your blazing fire. Actually, Prabhupada's language is also very beautiful. Very nicely translated. O Vishnu, I see you devouring all people in your flaming mouths and covering the universe with your immeasurable rays, scorching the worlds you are manifest. O Lord of Lords, so fierce a form, please tell me who you are. This is the part I wanted to read. After seeing Arjuna, seeing that, he's asking, who are you? I'm seeing all this. Entire power of the universe manifested in you like this. Who are you? Please tell me who you are. I offer my obeisance unto you. Please be gracious to me. I do not know what your mission is, and I desire to hear of it. You see, nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. What is your mission? Akyahi meko bhavan ugra rupo namostu te deva varaprasidha vignatum ichchami bhavantum adyam nahi prajanami tava pravrittim. What is pravritti? What is your mission? Please tell me, who are you? Kaha bhavan? Who are you? You see? And for this, what the Lord replies. Beautiful, very important. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Kalosmi loka kshayakrit pravruddho. Lokan samahartum iha pravruttaha. Ritepi tvam na bhavishyanti sarve. Ye avasthithaha pratyani keshu yodhaha. The blessed Lord said, time I am destroyer of the world. So in other words, Lord not only creates, protects, maintains, provides, He's also the destroyer. He also has that feature. And He destroys everything in the universe. Kalosmi lokakshaya krit pravruddho. Lokakshaya, to destroy the entire world. I am engaged in it, and I am Kala. Kalosmi lokakshayakrit. And now, after saying that, I have already, because Arjuna has asked, who are you, my dear Lord? What is your mission? And so Krishna is saying, I am Kala. I am engaged in destroying the world as well. Tasmatvam uttishta yashola bhasva jitva shatrun bhungshva rajyam samruddham maya vaita nihitaha purvameva nimitta matram bhavasavyasachi. Therefore, get up and prepare to fight. After conquering your enemies, you will enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangement. And you, O Savyasachin, can be but an instrument in the fight. And then Krishna goes on to say, Dronam cha Bhishmam cha Jayadratham cha Karnam tatanyam api yodha viran. All the great warriors, Drona, Bhishma, Jayadratha, Karna, are already destroyed. Mayahatam stvam jahimya vyatishta yudhyasva jetasi rane sapatnan. Simply fight and you will vanquish your enemies. These are the two verses that Krishna speaks in response to Arjuna's question, who are you? Kaha Bhavan? And what is your mission? And after saying all this, how does Krishna conclude this chapter? Mat karma krun, mat paramo, mat bhakta sanghavarjitaha, nirvairahas sarva bhuteshu, yas samameti pandava. Do my work. Just like the employer telling, I am providing you all this. Do my work. Don't do something else during office hours. Isn't it? Krishna is providing everything and we are enjoying all this. And we don't want to be connected to Krishna, in touch with Krishna. It's just like a disobedient, rebellious employee who's taking all the benefits from the company and says, I won't do work in the office. That is why Krishna concludes by saying, do my work. Mat karma krun. Do my work. Mat paramo. Regard me as the supreme in your life. Because I am the one who is maintaining you. You are mine. Mamaivamsho jiva loke. Bhumirapo nolo vayu kammano buddhirevacha. This is all my prakriti. That is why Krishna says, Bahunam janmanam ante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudeva sarvamiti. Vasudeva is everything. This world is Vasudeva. He is the one who is providing. We are all Amsha of Vasudeva. Vasudeva is providing, maintaining us. So we all have a relation. Just like if a child, we have all experienced this. If the child is maintained by the father and mother and one day walks out of the house, how father and mother will get upset, isn't it? Hey, you're going away, leaving us. You're supposed to serve us. We have maintained you for so long. And the world says, yeah, that's a right thing to do. You have to do that. You see? So, the point that Prabhupada is making here, it's the Brahmana's duty to tell who is the Lord, who we are, what the world is, and what are we supposed to be doing. We have no other work other than serving the Lord. Just like if the employer tells 9 to 5, you have no other business, okay? You do the work of the company. He's right, no? You have no other business other than the business of serving the company. Discharging your duties. In the same way, the Lord is saying, in the human form of life, you have no other business than to understand me, understand my relationship with you, what the relationship you have with me. We have no other business actually. That is why Krishna says, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. But this is not always explained. Because for somebody to understand Krishna, understand my relationship with Krishna, one very important thing that is required is, we must be eager to know that. If we are not eager to know, if we don't have a desire to know, Krishna does not want to force himself on us, reminding us about our relation with him. He's a perfect gentleman. You want to be independent, I will leave you. But it is unconstitutional. You can't be independent of me. Just like sunshine cannot expect to be independent of the sun. Sunshine has come from the sun. Sunshine is an effect of the sun. It cannot be disconnected from the sun. In the same way, we are an amsha of the Lord. We are in this material world which is an energy of the Lord. But we have a desire that I want to be disconnected from the Lord. It is not possible. Can the sunshine say, I want to be disconnected from the sun? It is stupid. It is constitutionally not possible. Sunshine is an emanation of the sun. It has energy, it has light, it has got heat. Because it is drawing that heat and light from the sun. In the same way, everything that we have is coming from Krishna. We can't say, I want to be disconnected from God. As animals, they are not very intelligent, they are not very developed, they can live on their own. They have no obligation to know God. But in the human form of life, it's our full obligation to know God and our relationship with God and act in that relationship. And that is why Krishna says, Bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. This knowledge, you all have a relation with me. I won't share this freely unless someone is interested to know this. But you are Bhakta and Sakha, and hence I will share this with you. Saevayam mayate dya yoga prokta puratana. Bhaktosi me sakha cheti rahasyam hetaduttamam. But I'll share this with you, Arjuna, because you are my devotee. You have a friendly relation with me. And that is why Krishna said, Prabhupada, Acharya's right commentary, Bhagavad Gita can be understood only by devotees who are eager to know him, who want to be connected with him. Actually, this is the message. But see how people read Bhagavad Gita and miss this message. So this is the whole point. So Varnashrama means divide the whole society according to one's nature, so that you don't have to artificially try to do something else. What's your nature? You be engaged according to that. But in that activity, serve the Lord, please the Lord. And in this way, revive your relationship with the Lord. We all have a relationship, because relationships we understand in this world. It's not that we don't understand, because we all know father, mother, how we feel related to our father and mother. If you go after the class, you see in your mobile, your mother's call, 5 times she has called and you have a missed call. Immediately what you will do? You will call, Mommy, phone kiya? Sorry, I was in the class. I see you have called me 5 times. You wanted something? You will call, no? Because you feel. We understand relation, father, mother, husband, wife, children. We understand relation. But all these relations that we are experiencing here is an illusion. Illusory relation. We are made to feel like that. The child runs to the mother, and mother also grabs the child. And child feels, oh mommy, and mother feels, oh child. Important thing between mother and child relationship is called lalana, to be protective. The child seeks protection from the mother, and mother feels protective about the child. Actually, it's a drama going on. Suppose something really serious happens to the child, can mother do anything? Can't do. Some fatal attack happens or something happens to the child. Can mother do anything? Mother can't do. Small things she can do. But by that, a kind of an experience is created. I am protecting my child. I'm not saying mother should not protect. I'm not saying children should not seek. I'm not saying any of those. We are tattva we are trying to understand. In a tattvic way, what a philosophical way we are trying to understand what's going on. Same between husband and wife. Lover and the beloved. Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you too. I will not leave you this entire life. I can't be without you. I can't be. This is how all the film songs are, right? And that's what goes on. But any meaning is there in that? One day, time will end and separation happens. Oh, I can't live without you. Oh, what will you do now? You have to live. The reality. This is just an illusory play. Actually, what is happening, all of us have a relation with the Lord, and the Lord has relationship with the living entities in these various rasas. But we wanted to be independent of the Lord, and so Krishna said, all right, try to be independent. You can't be, but anyway, I'll make an arrangement. And you can have this in an illusory way. Mama, mommy, father, my dear baby, my dear child, my dear husband, my dear wife. All these relationships, with time it is allowed. And then when time ends, lokakshaya krit. Krishna winds up all these relationships and puts us in another situation. That's why in our previous life, we had one father, mother, very attached. Now, do you remember that? So, this is the reality. And hence, we have nothing but to serve the Lord, to know the Lord, to act in that relationship and revive that relationship. And when we are acting in that relationship, all the difficulties that we go through in our life, we will know how to face it. Yogastaha kuru karmani sangam tyaktva dhananjaya siddha siddhayo samo bhutva samatvam yogam uchyate, Krishna says. You see, yoga actually means understanding our relation with God. But here Krishna says, samatvam yoga muchyate, siddha siddhayo samo bhutva, samatvam yoga muchyate. When there is success, when there is failure, you will be equipoised, and that equipoised nature is called yoga, Krishna has said. Why is it? Because when you understand you are connected to Krishna, that is your fundamental and primary and only relationship. Everything that's going on in this material world, siddhi and asiddhi, success and failure, you will be equipoised. It's okay. Life is like that. Comes and goes. Something I win today, something I lose tomorrow, something I become successful, something I fail. And people will praise me, as people will criticize me. It does not matter. Samo bhutva samatvam yogamuchyate. Because we don't care for all the success, failure of the material world. Stuti, ninda, tulya ninda, stutir mauni, santushto, yena kena chit. Happy always in whatever circumstances one is in. You see that when we become conscious of our relationship with the Lord and how primary and how important that is, and my whole life is I must realize that relationship, I must act in that relationship, when that becomes predominant in our life, then all other things of the material world, siddha siddhayo samo bhutva samatvam yogam uchyate, that samatva, equipoised, undisturbed, is a natural thing that comes about. That is why Krishna is saying, Yogastaha kuru karmani, always situated in understanding my relation with the Lord, act in this world. So, this is the duty of the Brahmanas, to teach and to engage and to inform people and see that everyone is relating with the Lord. The Kshatriyas, they are protecting the human society so that everyone can do their activities, their duties in relation with the Lord. The Vaishyas are producing food grains and protecting the cows and milk products in the society so that the whole society, because we all need food and there is some organization that is required for food production. That organization is created by the Vaishyas so that everyone is well fed and all of them are there doing their acting according to their duty to Krishna. And the Shudras, they are providing physical services, physical labor, and assisting and supporting all others so that everyone can be related to the Lord. See, that's why, you see, this is a neat way of organizing the world so that our main business of human life, I must revive, understand my relation with the Lord. All these temporary relationships, okay, I may have a duty to perform. I will do my duty in terms of the temporary relationship. My real activity is to develop love for God. And what the Bhagavatam reveals is that we not only have a relationship, it is an eternal relationship, it is an ecstatic relationship, it is a sweet relationship, it is a moment-to-moment exciting relationship. That is the kind of a relationship we all have. It is full of ecstasy, heightened emotions. Not just a passive thing, yes, as I am related to God. No. Just like when a young boy has fallen in love with a young girl, every moment that the very thought about it excites him. Because he's trying to live in that relationship, isn't it? But that's an illusion. Here, our relationship with the Lord is a real relationship. And if we are able to come in touch with that, every moment we can be in that state of heightened ecstasy. It is spontaneous, it is ecstatic, raganuga, prema bhakti, bhava bhakti, filled with emotions, and it is eternal, and it is real. This is the promise of the Bhagavatam. This is the promise of Bhagavad Gita. And everyone should know this and achieve this. That should be the goal of everyone's life. We may succeed or not. Doesn't matter. We leave it to the Lord, but we make our full attempt. We make our sincere attempt. That should be our life. A sincere attempt to achieve perfection of realizing our relationship with the Lord. To whatever extent we may succeed, we may not succeed fully in this life. Doesn't matter. Let's try. If we are charged with this kind of an understanding, then all these petty things, envy, jealousy, all those things will go away. Because we know, we recalibrate our life. If we don't have this relationship with the Lord and reviving our relationship with the Lord, what happens in a normal office, in a normal workplace? They're all calibrating with each other. Hey, he got this, she got this, he got this, he didn't get this, I didn't get this one. Only calibrating on in terms of their things that's going on in the office, isn't it? Or go home with relatives, with neighbors. This is what goes on. But if we are charged with this mission of reviving our relation with the Lord, then all these things look petty. Just like a grown-up person don't care for toys, we don't care for these things. When we were small children, we were very attached to the toys. We held on to the toys. But when we grow up, we don't care for the toys. In the same way, all this jealousy, envy, lust, all these things, which is a big thing in the world, which is celebrated in this world of ignorance, we consider that as just worthless things. Any questions? We'll stop. Yes, Ram Tirtha. 18 point? Okay. Yeah. Svabhava jena kaunteya nibbadha svena karmana karthum nechasi yat mohat karishvasi avashopitat. Under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction, but compelled by your own nature, you will act all the same, O son of Kunti. That verse? Yeah. You wanted to say something? Yeah. So, purport. If one refuses to act under the direction of the Supreme Lord, then he is compelled to act by the modes in which he is situated. Everyone is under the spell of a particular combination of the modes of nature and is acting in that way. But anyone who voluntarily engages himself under the direction of the Supreme Lord becomes glorious. You see? So it's a very pragmatic thing what Krishna is teaching. All of us are situated under certain modes. Certain gunas are influencing us. And according to those modes, we should have a certain duty, and that duty should be to the Lord. We do that duty. Yeah. News article.
Or Meta, he has sacked 25 employees, around 25 employees, because they have used food coupons for the purchase of groceries. And that food coupon is just $25, and they have a salary of 6-digit figure. So they were misusing the resources of the company, and they were sacked for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they were just buying groceries instead of food.
So even that was considered serious violation. Yeah. So anything we do in violation of God's principles, we come under karma. That's why one of the important things in the Gita is how to act naishkarmyam, how to act in such a way that there is no reaction for us. Yeah.
Two questions. We have been talking that in the Varnashrama Dharma, one is engaged according to his qualities. So it's a quality-based engagement which is given. But in our organization, it's more of a requirement-based engagement, isn't it so? And the second question is regarding being ecstatic and heightened emotions for the Lord. So can that be only at the Raganuga stage, or at the current stage also can we always be in that mood and be serving the Lord?
Okay. So first your question is about our qualities. You see, in our organization, we have all come with an understanding that Krishna is the Supreme. We want to develop revive our relation with Him. And our Guru, our Acharya, has a mission. That is why he has created this institution. We all have to cooperate and serve his mission. We are not perfect. We are not liberated. We are not perfected souls. But we are sadhakas. So in this circumstance, in the interest of the organization, we are all asked to, we are all given different duties. As much as possible, it is according to our nature. And that is why there are three things the Shastra, Prabhupada explains in the purport, in the second chapter. Desirable duty, obligatory duty, what is the third one? Routine duty. Routine duty is obligatory duty. Then, emergency duty. Obligatory or duties, desired obligatory activities, desired activities, and emergency activities. Everyone's life will be these three. We all have an obligation. We are part of the institution. We have to do that. There will be some desired activities which we like to do. That is also possible. And there will be some emergencies. Sometimes at that time, whether you like it or not, whether it's obligatory, you will have to do it. Jump in and do it. You see, everyone's work is divided into these three. So our life is usually like that. We do some things which we like, some things obligatory, required as part of the institution. And sometimes in emergency, we jump in and do everything we have to do. Like that. And your question, second question is, you see, the Shastras are telling, in a perfected state, our realization and experience of our relation with the Lord is spontaneous, ecstatic, heightened emotions, and natural. In our sadhana stage, it should be out of our feeling of duty to the Guru. The Guru wants this, our Acharya wants this, and so I must do it. Out of our respect and attachment and devotion to the Guru's words, we act in the sadhana stage. By doing that way, our devotion is revived, and at that stage, we will be able to experience that heightened feelings. So now whatever we have, whatever we feel, it should be in terms of our duty to the spiritual master. That is why Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Koriya Aikya Arna Koriho Mane Asha. That is the way we act.
Just clarifying, the mood is more of awe and reverence rather than self-emotionals. That's what you're saying.
No, even serving the Guru should be full of emotions, with feelings. But we don't artificially, oh Krishna, Yugaidam Nimishena Chakra. We don't artificially do all that. That is sahajiya. We should not do. We should be very careful not to do that, because these are very special emotions.
Prabhu, here we come across people, they say chant Radhe, 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 Radhe. They are doing japa of Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. And big followership is there. At midnight, there is a rally, people are lined up, and so much renounced. So we have respect for sadhus, but here we see Gai, Gaura, Madhur Sware, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. This Mahamantra we are chanting, we are trying to propagate, we are trying to give. Everywhere we are quoting from Shastras, like that. Our base is Shastras and based on teachings of Prabhupada. So now people come, you chant Krishna name or you chant Radharani's name, it's same. People come with this concoction. So how is it that a person should take this Mahamantra, that his chittam, his consciousness will improve? Means we understand 10th canto is very elevated subject that we cannot jump directly. We have to go through Bhagavad Gita, 9 cantos, thoroughly, sadhana, so many things. But now directly we are seeing people are jumping and they want to understand Srimati Radharani. So please can you...
You see, being in Vrindavan, here we get an exposure of so many sampradayas, so many groups. We should not criticize them. They are doing by certain circumstances, they have come in touch with sampradaya and certain sampradaya, and they are anyway worshipping Krishna, worshipping Radha. Let's not criticize that. But we know from our parampara, from our acharyas, very systematically, who have explained what we should do, we stick on to that. So we shall remain loyal and committed to our tradition, our sampradaya, and we don't go about criticizing others. And there are so many people who don't do anything. We go tell them, and align them with our sampradaya as much as possible. Correct. We should not be? Yeah, why we should criticize? Not required. You should be respectful. Even demigod worshippers, we should be respectful. There are some more worshipping. Right. Yeah. A warrior. Yeah. You see, all of them are great associates of the Lord. They are all Nitya Parshad. Nitya Parshad means they are eternally connected with the Lord. They know the mind of the Lord. They're trying to act according to the wish of the Lord, according to the desire of the Lord. So, the Lord in this material world has a mission too. So, when He comes, His Nitya Parshad devotees, they appear, and some of them, He has a role of Dharma Samsthapanartaya, Vinashaya cha dushkrutam. So that's also His mission. So some of them take on the Pandavas, like especially, they took on those roles. So that is also a kind of a service.
It's not like Brajvasi friendship was superior and that was.
We don't go into those kind of things. We should not make those kind of, from a mundane angle, we should not make such kind of distinctions. These are all of them are great devotees. They are serving the wish and the will and the mission of the Lord in different capacities. That's why Prabhupada said, Krishna enjoys different kinds of pleasure. He's not stuck up with one kind of pleasure. You see, He likes different kinds of pleasure. Arjuna gives one kind of pleasure to him, and Krishna enjoys that. The Sakhas give another kind of pleasure. Krishna enjoys that. So Krishna and Vishnu are non-different. They are one. But in one mood, there is one kind of a relationship with the devotees and act in one kind of a... Krishna relishes in one way, Krishna relishes it in yet another way. This is Vaibhava of the Lord. How He enjoys. That's the meaning of unlimited enjoyment, no?
So it means in the same rasa, variety of activity.
Possible. Another thing that happens is, in these rasas, slight mix happens. These are technical things Rupa Goswami explains. So, Sakhya rasa mixed with a little bit of awe and reverence. Even among the Sakhas, there are young Sakhas who look at Krishna with little reverence. There are equal Priyanarma Sakhas who don't see different. They are similar age. They're really intimate with Krishna. So even in the Braj Leela, there is in Sakhya Rasa, there are gradations. See, that's the meaning of Krishna's enjoyment. His enjoyment is very fine. His unlimited and fine enjoyment. That is the Supreme Lord. We'll stop here. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki, Shri Radha Vrindavan Chandra ki, Shri Nitai Gauranga ki, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki, Nitai Go Premanande Hari Hari Bol.